Hello, I'm Romy and welcome to my channel. This video is best audio setup headphones for 90% of people. Now, I'm making this video and I'm considering headphones that meet two requirements. First of them is portability. Alright, so when I'm talking about headphones, so I'm not the kind of guy that sits down and listens to music all day. Like when I'm listening to music, I'm doing something. I'm either walking, working out, playing games, or doing something. Maybe I'm writing, whatever. So portability is the number one criteria for me. The number two criteria is that there shouldn't be a DAC and amplifier requirement for any of these headphones. Because you know what, if you like to cock ring your phone to a portable amplifier, that's dorky as hell. Don't do that. First of all, you lose your phone screen, and second, it heats up. When it's in your pocket, it heats up. And third is just dorky. Don't do that shit. Just buy a headphone that has a low ohms requirements, and you are good. Now, if you ask me, give me one headphone. That's not going to happen. I have 6 headphones here. But if you were to ask me that question, I think the headphone that gets closest to it is this one right here, Audio-Technica M50x. Now it is not without its problems, but it is the headphone that if you are like, you know what, I got like $120, give me a headphone that I should be good with everywhere. Audio-Technica ATH-M50x. But there are some problems with this headphone. That's why I have 6 more. Okay, so before we go any further, I gotta give you some information on basics of headphones. There are 2 types of headphones. Closed back, so that no sound leaks out and you're isolated. Alright, when I put this on, 50% of the volume gets cut out from my surroundings. The second type of headphone that we are talking about, like the full size headphones, we are not talking about the earbuds yet. But the second type is open back. If you can see it, there is a vent here, metal mesh. Sound comes out of this way and sound comes out of this way. So when you're wearing these and you're listening to music, let's say you're in an office, people can listen to what you are playing. So you gotta be mindful of that. And these do not isolate. So let's say you're in a loud environment, you're on a subway, maybe you're outside, you're gonna hear everything. And it is not going to be a good experience if you're in a loud environment. But generally speaking, these are better in sound quality than the closed one. Why? Because these have better sound stage. You can hear things from beyond, like in a sense, like let's say you're in a room and a band is playing like that. No, let me explain it differently. If you go to a club, the club has walls, right? So you're in a room and they're playing music over the speakers in a club. That is a closed back headphone. And if you ever went to a concert in an open area, in an arena, that is the open back headphones. Alright, so, and this is the funny thing. Big ones don't get that much action in my ears as the little ones do. Because portability. I'm doing something, I can't be wearing this, you know. I'm running. These are gonna fall out. They're heavy, they're big. So these come to the rescue. Now we talked about the types of headphones. Now we're gonna talking about sound signature. There are different kinds of sound signature. I'm not a bass head. Although I do listen to hip hop, I do listen to EDM, but I'm not a bass head. So most people they like to hear the music that is kind of bassy, you know. But I'm more of a neutral, flat kind of guy. And all these headphones, just there's no headphone that's gonna have murderous bass in it, like Beats. Maybe this one, this little one. You know what? I do have a bassy headphone, but it is not a headphone. It is an IEM. This is the one, the Klipsch R6. This has got great bass. This has got great bass in it. And if you are looking for a full size bassy headphone and your budget is around $200, I would say the best one is v-moda M100s. You got more money, buy one of their Bluetooth models. If you don't have a lot of money, I forgot which one it is, but it is one of the superlux 668 or 669, the one that has a closed back. The closed back one has great bass. And also the Pioneer SE1000, those have great bass too. Alright, so now we talked about the sound signature. Let's talk about a little bit why I decided to make this video. Ever since the iPhone 4 came out, I had only one headphone, earbuds. The Apple OEM had earbuds, and they were great. And every time they break, I go to my local store and I spend $30, get a new pair. Then one day they broke and the local store was out of those. So I bought these another earbuds and they were way better than those. And then I realized, okay, I've been spending my money on useless stuff. Like, I gotta get better equipment in audio. And that was it. So I decided, and by the way, all of this stuff, I'm not sponsored by anybody. I own all of this. Although I bought every single one of these on sale, but these are all mine. Okay. So what are they? Audio-Technica M50x, Philips SHP9500s, Koss Porta Pros, VE Monk Plus, KG ATE, and Panasonic's ergofit. Okay, so in the beginning of the video I talked about these headphones. Now what are the problems with these? Let's talk about the problems. Okay, this is like the Emma Watson of headphones. Great body, great looks, sophisticated, well educated, everything is great. But like, if you're dating Emma Watson, you're always on your toes. So that's the problem. These are, when they came, the box set professional monitor headphones. So if you are like monitoring video or audio, I say get these. But for general music listening, they get a little fatiguing after a while. Emma Watson, you're gonna have to be always on your toes. You're gonna try not to fart around her. So that's the problem. Too sophisticated. Alright, so sometimes the fun is not there. Because you're always watching yourself. The one thing you can do, like, it's not the question of mids, bass, and highs. It's just like everything is right in your ear. Alright. So I tend to listen to these at a lower volume. What you can also do is, like, you can get an extra set of these foams in here. You can buy them on the eBay. You can buy them on the AliExpress. You can put one of these in here. So they kill the highs a little bit and makes them like good for longer listening sessions. Alright, so great headphones. Now the funny thing about these is that this headphone is one of the most recommended in the audiophile world. I went to a audiophile group on Facebook and I said, yo, I got like $100 to spend on a pair of good headphones, recommended. 80% of people recommended these, but 20% of people hate these. They say that this is dog shit. and I'm guessing those people, they have sensitive ears to the higher frequencies. But yeah, that is the problem. Every detail is there, but gets fatiguing a little bit after a long listening session. Alright, Philips SHP 9500. They are not without their problem either, but if those are dating Emma Watson, these are dating a stripper who's going to nursing school. So these are just fun. They care for you. They don't try to kill you. Alright. But the main problem is the pads. They get hot. When you're wearing them, you just start sweating, and you gotta change the pads to a leather one. If you're like in a hot climate like I'm here, it's a desert out there, you can't wear them outside without the AC. So that's the problem with these. They get hot. You gotta change the pads, which is not easy to do. But sound quality wise, very, very, very good. Fun to listen to, not fatiguing at all. Decent sound stage, good imaging, neutral. This is a really neutral headphone, but fun, not flat. Neutral, but not flat at all. Change the pads if you're gonna get these. These are $54 on Newegg. Those are $120. And I'm gonna modify these myself too, but I wanted to do this video in stock form. Okay, so good headphones. If you're in a home, you don't have to travel a lot, get these, but make sure your source is not weak, because my cell phone, it has a weak source, and I'll tell you later on how to fix that. But yeah, get these if you're in a home all the time or an office. Well, if there's nobody sitting around you in an office, then get these. Okay. If you were to ask me what are my favorite pair out of all of these, it will be this one. Koss Porta Pros. Now, to give you an analogy about these, Emma Watson, nursing school, stripper, dating your high school sweetheart in high school when you're both 16. There's no worries with these. Now, the strength of these headphones is how portable they are. You just put them on. They are not big at all. They're super light. They're barely heavier than this piece of paper here. And super light, great sound quality, very similar to these. But a little bit bassier than these if you got good source dependent, because these are 64 ohms, those are I think 40, those are also around 40. But yeah, you can play around with equalizer, you can play around with source. Just great sound quality. If you were to ask me, if you were gonna ask me, tell me one headphone that I should get, like if you're not walking around a lot, I'll recommend these, right? I'll say if you're walking around a lot and you're working out a lot and you don't need isolation, because these don't isolate, they are open back, and I would say get these. You should get these anyway. They're $40 and they just sound great. So just spend $40. Don't go out one night. Spend money on these. Okay. Now the headphones, the earbuds, the IEMs, whatever. The thing that I use the most out of all of this is this one right here. This is an anomaly. They are called Venture Electronics Monk Plus. You can get them on the Amazon, and you can get them on the AliExpress. I don't know how to pronounce that website's name. It is a Chinese website. If you want to get them with a microphone like this one that I got, it has 3 buttons and volume down, volume up, play, pause, music, take calls. If you want to get one of these with this thing right here, you have to go to AliExpress. You cannot find them on Amazon. $5. $5. I don't know what to say more than that. With the microphone, $13. Now, these are an anomaly because they do one thing very, very well, and that's the mids. And that's where all the vocals are, that's where most of the music is. These are kind of like an open back headphone, but they're very, very airy. It's kind of like sitting in an empty theater and having an orchestra play in front of you, but there's nobody else in the theater. If you do decide to get these, the first song you should download or go to YouTube is Long After You're Gone. Just play and listen to the notes. Just great headphones, great sound quality for what I listen to. If you're a bass head, these are not for you. You're not gonna be happy with these because the bass is not good. It's just not good. You gotta put these foam covers on, and then it's like acceptable. But yeah, you just cannot listen to like EDM, hip hop. You gotta be more into classical instruments, which I'm into. But they just kill. They kill some of the $200 headphones. That's how good these are, and they're only $5. Get these. Alright, they're great. You're not gonna regret it. Guarantee you, you're not gonna regret buying these. Now, the problem with these is the same that is with these two. Open back, close back. These are open. They don't isolate at all. So you gotta have an IEM, in-ear monitor. So how does an in-ear monitor differ from earbud, which is this shape? They just go in your ear. Hella comfortable. Just go in like that. That's it. You can leave them in there all day. You're not gonna have a problem at all. These have a little tip on top. You can see that. What this tip does, it goes like this in your ear and it seals off everything from outside. These seal off like 70% of noise from outside. The original tip that came with these were not very comfortable, so I changed it to one of my own. You go over your ear like that and you insert it into your ear, and that's it, over the ear. So that's something to look for. These are called KG Knowledge Zenith, short for Knowledge Zenith. KG ATE. Now if you do end up getting a pair of these, don't get one with this thing right here, because I just wanted to try them, so I ordered the cheapest option that was on AliExpress, and these are not sufficient for me. Maybe the metal ones are, these are plastic. So you should get one that has a memory wire behind the ear. So memory wire it just adapts to the shape of your ear and holds these in place. And these are fine if you're standing upright like this or sitting down. But if you're laying on your bed, these things, they don't tend to work very well. Okay. I love these. I love these almost as much as I love these Monk Plus, right? Why? Because they have the best, they have the sound signature that I like the best. Just a slight bit warm. They're just a slight bit warm. They are not V-shaped, and you know, I cannot call them completely warm either. They're not dark or anything like that, but they're just a slight bit warm. So the sound signature in these is the least fatiguing sound signature of any earbud I've ever tried. And these are great. The second version of these are called KGGST. I have not tried those, but I've heard good things about those. But yeah, $15 with a microphone, maybe $15. Without a microphone, $10. Okay. So these go over the ear, right? That can be a little uncomfortable for some people, but if you want to get an IEM, a cheap IEM that's comfortable, Panasonic ergofit. They have a 4.5 star out of 5 star rating on Amazon, and these are good. They're not as good as this. They are not as good as this. I'm going to be honest with you, but they are okay. They are not bad at all. Yeah. But the strength of these is this shape here. If you can look at it has a slight angle to it. So this part, it just sits in your ear, and this part sits outside the ear like this. Very, very comfortable. And they don't seal very well, but they seal just enough. So the most comfortable IEM I have ever tried, Panasonic ergofit. Okay, so there's no perfect headphone. Alright, you're never gonna find a perfect headphone. What you're gonna find is something that you like. And it's not gonna be something you like only. It's gonna be something that adapts to your situation. Are you a commuter? Are you somebody who doesn't need to commute to a long distance, you know? Do you sit down? Do you stand up? When do you listen to music? But these are some of the best headphones that for 90% of people. If you are an audiophile, this video is not for you. You know what you want. You want to spend some money on like a Sennheiser HD 800S $1,500 headphone. You know, maybe you have money to spare, but these are very cheap with good sound quality. Doesn't get cheaper than this. Especially this. This is like this is the best bargain of the century. It's like $54 and has great sound quality. Now these, I'm not 100% okay with it. I would recommend this to a person who does video editing, but I have been told one version lower, M40X, is better than this. I'm gonna get my hands on these, and I'm gonna do a follow-up to this video right here, and I'm gonna tell you whether you should get the M50X or the M40X. But if you get these, you're not gonna regret it. One of the highest, one of the, like, you go to Google, you go anywhere, you search best headphones. If there's a list that you're gonna come across of the best headphones, the budget pick is gonna be this one right here on every list. So this is my video, and I hope you guys like it. Have a good day.